Companies like Zoom went up like 500, 600,000%, and this could happen also to the following stock. Today we are talking about cybersecurity. I think that this is a great market, okay? The product makes much sense. Welcome to a new video, and today we are talking about cybersecurity, a company that specializes on this very topic. And how crazy important this is. Well, if you want to know everything about this company, there's a link into the description to an article which describes it all, okay? But let's first go into the big picture. CNBC and other outlets are saying that in the future, or already in many companies, and we are talking about the biggest companies on the world, like Google, like Apple, 1 in 4 people will work remotely. We have seen this with the health crisis, how important this is to have a stable system to work from home. Companies like Zoom went up like 500, 600,000%, and this could happen also to the following stock. Safety Group is the company that we are talking about today, with the ticker symbol SFET, tradable on the Nasdaq. So make sure to check out those numbers, because if you are clicking now the link into the description, you will see that there's a full article describing, the market potential, the products that Safety is actually offering. And I can tell you guys that if you see those numbers, it just makes sense, okay? Cybersecurity is such a great threat and market opportunity for so many companies out there. And there is something that I want to show you first, okay? Because when you're scrolling down, you get the point actually when you are understanding, okay, but big companies are not using that much cybersecurity. They have, things in house and so on. Wrong. Okay, this is so wrong. Look at this. The SolarWinds attack alone, this was like a cyber attack on Advanced Persistent Threat, APT, cost the company staggering 25 million. A DDoS attack, this is basically something where they are sending many requests to a website to slow it down or take it down, and targeting Amazon slowed the site only down, which resulted in $75 million lost in sales. So you can see how big of a potential this can be for Safety Group. But let them explain their whole new product by themselves, as I think this is always the best. Here's a small clip for you.
Today, organizations need to provide numerous parties and devices with remote access to corporate resources. Usually, they only use VPN technology for this purpose, despite a variety of security concerns. Meanwhile, organizations also need to control access for internal users, which leads to zero control of who can access resources and how. To combat this, organizations implement zero-trust network access solutions. But traditional zero-trust network access solutions only really cover the non-VPN users. They don't handle VPN users or internal users. Safety introduces Zone Zero, an industry-first zero-trust network access solution that acts as a zero-trust access orchestration platform. Zone Zero is a zero-trust network access solution that efficiently, effectively, and completely addresses all secure access scenarios and requirements.
So the main product is basically, in plain terms, if you are not familiar with technology and cybersecurity, they are combining 3 things, okay, in a very secure manner. Because usually when employees are working, they are working, with VPNs, which could be sometimes quite dangerous, specifically when the companies are using those free VPNs or this low budget VPNs. And I think that if you are looking into this VPN problems, then you see that there's a lot of market here for Safety Group, where they can tackle a really interesting problem. They need to connect their normal employees, which work, for example, in one branch or the headquarters. Then they have the remote workers, and then they have the VPN users. Okay, so all of the 3 every new angle that is basically touching the system and the data from different kind of ways. And we know it, they work in Starbucks, they work, from somewhere else, from home, from a free public Wi-Fi, very, very dangerous. Okay, very, very dangerous. So this is the product that combines it all. And I think it's time that we have a look what the stock chart is telling us about this company. So as you know, I'm not a big fan of technicals, okay? I just believe that news, the big picture, the market, the team, the news is much more important than the technicals, because the technicals eventually follow those, all right? But though, never underestimate technicals, because a lot of trading nowadays is done by algorithms that look also into technicals. So we will look into the technicals of this company, and then you will see, while this is maybe not the main point you should focus, it's definitely a help and a kind of the closest thing sometimes that you can get to this glass ball that looks into the future, right? So let's have a look into the chart and some numbers here for for Safety Group. You have here the ticker symbol, as you can see, SFET, and then you will get all the information. So a 52 weeks range is 67 cents versus $3. So big range, big volatility here. And because the stock is below $5, it's really considered by the stock market definition as a penny stock, okay? Those penny stocks are very, very volatile, okay? They can go 10x, they can go 20x real quick with big news of the company, but also obviously can go into the other direction. So just be aware of that. And going back to that here, you see that they are currently on the downtrend, okay? And the article brings to the point why exactly. And you can see here that they are saying that the massive attention was brought to the stock towards the end of 2020 because of a couple of things. First, the revenues shot up 49% for the year 2020, and gross profits were 71%, leading many investors to believe SFET was ready to turn a major corner, okay? Just a few months later, the company announced a large private placement of 9.4 million, fueling a sharp correction, okay? Now, think about the following. This company is worth $22 million, okay? Now let's go into the financials of this company, okay? And let's have a look into the revenue. So 2008, they made $1.5 million in revenue, with about half of it as costs and gross profit of, around the half of it, okay? Then you are seeing more than doubling it in 2019, and then again, a big jump into 2020. So I really like, and then, basically looking forward, they're looking into, again, a doubling of the revenue. So I really like this kind of growth, especially for those small companies. This is what you would like to do, because eventually, compared with a profitable company at some point, because some point they're still investing, so you will see that the income is negative, but the general idea is that you see more and more of the cost of revenue go down compared to the year before, which is exactly what you go into scaling, or when you go into scaling a company, this is what you want to see. So I think this is something that is quite interesting here. And coming to the chart, obviously, if we're opening the chart, so we are currently now in an interesting spot, because the company can move higher on any given news. We are quite oversold in this RSI levels here, as you can see. And then once we break through this moving average, the most important here, in my personal opinion, are the 50 moving average, the 100 moving average, so the two purple ones, the 200 moving average. As soon as we can go over 120, you can have a quick bull run to new highs of $3, where we were in the last year, right? So I think that it's quite interesting to see this kind of movement. And with that said, let's have a look into the summary of this video. So let's jump quickly to the conclusion. I think that this is a great market, okay? The product makes much sense. The stock chart is getting interesting because at some point, you know, you get oversold, people get noticed about this company like you did, right, with this video. And in general, if you're thinking like, okay, the internet and digital world is growing at, you know, a very fast pace, and cybersecurity will be a big topic into the future. So if you want to invest in a company that is, you know, listed on a major exchange and also, you know, have an interesting product, then make your own research, okay? Because this is never financial advice. Sometimes I'm getting, you know, advertised to look into those companies, like which is this the case, to have a look, okay, what are the angles here? What is interesting about this company? Okay, how is the potential of the company? So, and as you can see from the disclaimer in the end of the video, so make your own research. This is always important. This kind of videos are necessary to let you know that those companies and maybe those jewels out there really exist, okay? Because sometimes you just don't have this research time to look through thousands and stocks. So this could be like a nice introduction for you. And then you can look into those numbers, you can look into the earnings reports, you can look into the management team, and then you make your own decision if you invest into this company or not. And then let me know in the comments what you think about this company and what you see the biggest potential here. I'm wishing you all the best in this brand new year. I hope you stay safe, not only offline but also online, because this world in the digital age can be quite dangerous, and that's why we need cybersecurity, right? Check the link into the description. There's all the information you need about this company, you know, potential soaring in stock price, potential growing in market, new products, acquisitions, everything you need to know combined in one quick article for you to read up. You should invest definitely those 5 minutes and check the link into the description. So thank you very much for watching and see you tomorrow.